Oaxaca is a state far to the south of the vast country of Mexico. There lies Oaxaca City in a valley surrounded by mountains, the capital of the state of Oaxaca. The people there live lives of traditional values with expressions like the calendas, the street parades, different characters within those parades, like the manos de calenda, the giant puppets, the chinas Oaxaqueñas, the dancing women, whose costumes supposedly came from contact with the immigrant communities of the Barrio China. Leaving the city, one travels up into the Sierras, where the communities are scattered. Villages that survive by raising livestock, growing agricultural crops, and working by hand in traditional ways to make tortillas from the maize that is grown there on the land. To cook the pan de yema in the hornos. They plant the maize when the rainy season commences in early summer. It grows into the fall and is harvested. Work is done by hand, washing the clothes in the lavadero, hanging them to dry on the tenderos, and doing the work to repair and maintain your home. In Oaxaca, you see clearly how the food is not just eaten for the pleasure and for sustenance, but also is a communal act, an act that connects one to your neighbors. Meals are cooked over the comal, often on an open fire. Delicious meals unique to this place. In Oaxaca City and El Centro, there are two mercados side by side. Benito Juarez, where you can buy goods that are made by hand. Shoes, bags, and purses made of leather, as well as traditional spices for cooking. The 7 moles of Oaxaca. Chapulines, the roasted grasshoppers, flavored with chili powder and lime. Across the street, Mercado 20 de Noviembre, where the traditional foods of Oaxaca are prepared and sold. The pan de yema, there for eating with cafe or chocolate. The tlayudas, delicious crispy tortillas stacked with frijoles, quesillo, tasajo. The pasillo de humo, where the meats are smoked and prepared. And right next door, the oldest church in all of Oaxaca, San Juan de Dios, a chapel that was built in the first year of the Spanish conquest. It's lined with murals that tell the history of Oaxaca post-conquest, the forced baptism of the indigenous leaders the rebellions by the people who maintained their independence, the contrasting ways of life of the Spanish conquistadors and the indigenous peoples whose lands were taken from them. In the center of Oaxaca City, there are many churches and cultural complexes. One of the most interesting is the area around Santo Domingo. The Templo de Santo Domingo is an 18th century Baroque or Rococo European style. Its ornate interior decorated with murals, sculptural works. It's a location where many people come to be married. And not far away in the Zocalo is the Catedral, the cathedral, another magnificent building. With the beautiful sculpture of La Virgen that came from Europe. A little further out, the Basilica of Nuestra Señora de Soledad, the Virgin of Solitude, the patroness of all of Oaxaca, who represents that stillness and interior solitude you experience on this land. There's the Templo de la Compañía de Jesús, the Church of the Jesuits, with its adjoining monastery. A place that's more simple, but with quiet for meditation or contemplation. And outside of Oaxaca City is the Pueblo of Mitla, an ancient site. A church was built atop it, but the temple is still there. And further out still, Yervi al Agua, a beautiful mountain site on the edge of a giant valley with a waterfall of calcified stone and springs atop it that you can swim and view the valley below in all of its grandeur. The museum and gallery spaces in Oaxaca reflect both contemporary art as well as traditional arts and crafts. An artist from Oaxaca itself, like photographer Nelson Morales, whose work explores the diversity of sexual identity, and the muchas, the third gender that comes from the Zapotec culture in the south of Oaxaca. See the many different types of dance that is expressed in Oaxaca and comes directly from the pueblos, from the lives of the people, into the cultural expression. Of La Guelaguetza, the annual festival in Oaxaca City each summer. Guelaguetza, a word that originally meant to give, to share with others, has now become a showcase of various cultural expressions unique to Oaxaca. Again, we see the manos de calenda, the brass and woodwind bands, and the participants representing the 7 regions of Oaxaca. Tejate, the indigenous beverage made from maize mixed with chocolate, memelas, all the different delicious foods of Oaxaca. And finally, it's great to get out of the city into the foothills of the mountains, to go for a walk in the vast expanse of nature that comprises much of the state of Oaxaca. To see the city there in the valley below. Its steps, callejones, alleyways, dirt trails, vast valleys filled with plots for agriculture, airy sierras with many different types of vegetation, a fertile land, a land that provides for its people both in terms of beauty, in terms of sustenance, as well as tradition.